Hello and welcome to another update on my ValGamesCore system. Yeah, because it's just a bunch of systems, why we're in a pretty basic world here. But hey, without further ado, let me bring you up on the things that updated from last time. Last time, or since last time rather, last time we added snap turning and smooth turning, and I only demonstrated snap turning. So here's the smooth turning. That's also there. I personally don't like smooth turning. I should have tuned it maybe to turn faster. Um, but yeah, both of those options are now in the locomotion system. Okay, a lot of time has also been spent on it got crazy. It got crazy. AI was confused, I was confused, but basically blocking. So here's how blocking is now. I'm pushing my hand straight ahead, straight, 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 and I'm pulling it back. And as you can see, the controller doesn't go into the wall. So that's pretty awesome. And conveniently, these little temporary controllers I have here in the test scene have this little ball at the top, and that ball indicates, it can tell you where my hand is. So my hand goes into the wall, my actual hand, whereas the visual controller gets locked outside. So yeah, I can't push through the wall. I can't push with my head either. I had all kinds of things happening, guys. I would push away with my head and then the wall would come back with me. Oh, that was great. I also had all kinds of climbing mishaps, like you would be able to put your hand in the top. See, now I can't, but you'd be able to put your hand in the top, and then when you climb and grip, you'd actually be gripping the inside surface of this wall here. Anyway, none of that now. I can grip and then touch something to resume climbing. See, grip, then touch. Or I can touch it first, then grip, and off I go climbing. So climbing is a heck of a lot more robust now. We can really get up there without worrying about missing or not making it. Another thing I've added is you're now able to drag yourself up over the top of a surface. Whereas, say, I don't climb that way, so I would always just climb and I would grip up here and then toss myself to the top. But I had my lovely partner as a tester, and he did it different. He would come here and try to get up, and the body would be blocking, and so he couldn't get up. But now I've made it so that you can. So a lot of things have been fixed. Climbing and blocking is now way, way better. Okay, now it's time for the fun part, which is what are some of the silly things that are still a problem? Well, one of them is so this is why I have this block up here to test all this blocking from below, from above. But hey, if I walk under and then I jump, whoa, I'm inside. Not only that, my little hands are trapped outside of the block, but my head and my body was allowed to just walk in. So that's bad. And then the other thing, I mean, this sphere is really cool. The other thing, though, is when you just simply walk into the sphere, no hands, hands are behind me. Oh, look at that. I'm inside the sphere. Again, my hands are outside. They're not allowed in. That looks so funny. But I'm allowed in, and it's kind of hard to break out too. Okay, there we go. So yeah, these few things still remain, but I think overall it's pretty good for all the things we want to do, jumping and turning, gliding. Let's not forget lovely gliding is still excellent too. So yeah, this is all really super. I can grip and like just catch myself on a wall. All of this is really good, and I think it's time to add something cool to the game next. So what I want to add, I think, next is making gliding even more fun. So right now, it's nice, you're gliding and you can turn your palm up, you rotate your palm, whether you want to go downward and accelerate or upward a little bit and decelerate. And you find quite a bit of control that way. But I think I would like another gliding mode as an option to be more active. So, if any of you have played Zenith, I'm talking about the fast flying and how fun that was. Through action, like whatever it is we did, we would do something when we were up there gliding, and it would get us gliding higher, faster, and it was an active thing and you feel like you had control, and if you stopped you would slow down. So I would definitely like to experiment with that. um so yeah, right now I jumped and oops, I landed back down. I jumped and I'm swooping, but that's it. There's nothing I can do. I can just kind of turn my palms and rise like an elevator forever. And there's no fun in it. I feel like there's not that feeling you get when you successfully, maybe you're doing this in a certain way or flapping up and down. Maybe you're doing some kind of, I don't know, I have to decide. I'm doing all kinds of things. In general, they kind of work to keep me up. But yeah, I think that would be really nice. Definitely still this nice swooping, but in terms of getting back up, right now it's like whoop, it comes to a really quick stop. Um, if you turn your hands up, and then the rising is just a little bit boring. So I would love to enhance that somewhat. Another thing I would love to do fairly soon, it's in the upcoming ideas to do next, is oh dear, I've lost a hand somewhere. I wonder where it is. Oh, there it is. It's stuck in the wall somehow. Yeah, things are still happening. Um, I'll get them resolved. It can take a long time sometimes. But yeah, proper hands, right? Being able to have hands with fingers, little gloves, um, let alone later on, like a full on avatar and be able to have another person in the game. That's all much later down the road. Um, Another fun thing will be just sounds, right? Like when you land, or when you're walking, or when if you jump, it'll go, you know, and then gliding, there'll be like some wind noise in your hair, in your ears, whatever. So yeah, I think that those will be some really fun things to work on. Let me know in the comments what you think might be fun to do next. I also added a little bit of enhancement to the jump. I forgot. So if you're going uphill and you jump, it takes you farther. Whoa. I had to glide my way out of that. Versus downhill or flat, it's just a little bit less of an oomph. So you get an extra oomph going up hills so that you don't feel like you got a stunted jump just because it was an uphill. So that's been added. And hey, like I said, let me know in the comments what you think I should maybe add next. I'm still going to do what I feel like will fit the best, but I will definitely choose from what people think would be cool to do. And finally, before we go, I have one last little surprise for you. Surprise! I created just a template, but a little test scene that is a little bit less totally boring for testing. Um, yeah, it's just a little mountain scene. I've laid down some rocks. Okay, that tree has a humongous glider. I guess it jumped me up on top. Yeah, look at the size of, yeah, don't mind any of that. It's just totally a template here to use, but it's really cool having a little bit of an environment that's a little bit more than just a flat purple floor with some blocks. So that's been really fun being able to test around in something different. And as you can see, it all works out. I can climb it, I can get on top of it, I can jump up on top of it, and I can glide down from it. I even made another wall just to make sure that everything still works. And whew, oh, yes, and you can do wild things like climb outside and underneath, and I'm saying no more. That was good enough. Hey, so like if you like, please share the video with others who might be interested. Liking obviously videos on YouTube helps it get around and gets more viewers interested. And so until next time, I can't wait to show you what's next.